Ladies and gents, welcome to the third week of Finnegan on Finnegan Wake Wednesdays. I'm so happy to have you guys here watching me. I'll just get right into page 6. Page 6. First, I'm going to read lines 1 through 9. Blight black working stacks at 12 pins a dozen, and the newbie buses slading along Safety First Street, and the dairy jelly bees snooping around Tell No Taylor's corner, and the fumes and the hopes, and the strup-a-thump of his vills, indigenous roam keepers, home sweepers, dome creepers, thrum and fancy-made marummed, and all the uproar from all the roofs, a roof for May and a reef for Hugh, but under his bridge suits Tony was warning Phil tipping full, his howd field heavy, his hot it did shake. Now, I think he was putting in the work at a bowling alley. And then he beat out all the noobs at this bowling alley. And at Safety Street, there were some dairy jelly bees. After lots of research, I think this is referring to gay boys. And these gay boys were snooping around the building and trying to find other homosexuals like themselves. Then he speaks of the tweakers who live in this area as well, who dwell on the streets and live in the mud, and saying they don't even have a roof or even a bridge to sleep under. And next we will be reading lines 9 through 12. There was a wall of course in erection. Dim. He stuttered from the ladder. Damn, he was dud. Dumb. Masta badum, masta badam. When a mon marries his lute is all long, for whole the world to see. Now, here, I think he's trying to convey that he got a fat-ass boner. And because of this, he falls from the ladder that he's standing upon. He then has to reflect what a dumb wanker he is. And why he had to masturbate at such a dangerous time. And now the whole world gets to see this. Really, really deep stuff. And now I will be reading lines 13 through 20. Shies? I should see. Makul ora wide I did ye die of a trying Thursday morning. Sobs. They sigded at Finnegan's Chrysomoris wake. All the hooligans of the nation prostrated in their consternation and their duodecimally profuse the plethora of utilization. There was plums and grooms and sheriffs and citherins and raiders and cinnamon too, and the all guyend in the shoutmost chevalty, agog and magog, and the round of them agrog, to the continuation of that celebration until Hanondunigans. Now, after some deep thought, I've translated this to saying he was with a bad bitch to start off this paragraph, and the girl was saying, let me see the size of that horsecock, like shies. And after that, she had to tell him, like, I'm so thirsty, I'm mourning for a bone. But then after that, I think it jumps back in time to when he died, and it jumps to his wake. And it says how everyone is sad and feeling a plethora of depression. And then they had plums, grimace shakes, and some cinnamon chinos there, or a cinnamon zin, if you will. And they all just celebrated his life. Now I will be speaking of lines 21 through 28. Extermination. Some in kink and caress, more con keating. Belling him up and filling him down. He's stiff, but he's steady as Priam limb. 'Twas he was the decent, gay, labourithing youth. Sharpen his pillow scone, tap up his beer. Ere where in this whirl would ye hear such a din again? With their deep brow fundigs and the dusty filios, they laid him brawn on alongst last a bed, with a bocalypse of Finnegan for his feet, and a barrowlet of Guinness o'er his head. The tootle of the fluid hang, the twaddle of the fuddled O. Here, I think he is talking about them doing a French dance called keening. And then they pick up his casket and they explain that his body is stiff, which is obvious because he is dead. Then for some reason they start to speak of gay youth again. And then they start playing fiddles and other instruments for his funeral. And then they pour him one glass of Guinness and pour it on him for his one last chug. I will now be reading this week's last lines, 29 through 36. Hurrah! There is but young leave for the hour globe wheels in view, which is tautologically the same thing. Well, him a being so on the flounder of his bulk, like an overgrown babbling, let we peep see at home, well see piggy he hot. Platter plate. Hum! From Shopalis to Bailiwick, or from Ashton to Barnooth, or from Boothia Binks to Round the Head, or from the foot of the bill to Irglant's eye, he calmly extensules, and all the way a horn. From fjord to Vigel, his bay winds, Obobos shall wail him. Excuse me. Here, I think he's starting off with a little oorah, and he speaks of a man, Young Glove, and Young Glove repeats himself in Greek. Now Finnegan is thinking, and he must start a bulk. He must become big. And he's thinking he's going to do conditioning before he bulks, but he must take a piss before he starts his conditioning. The conditioning consists of going from Shopless to Baywick and a couple other places. But then it's explained that he's going to be going from Fjord to Vigel, which is Norwegian for bay and mountain. So he's going to be going from the bay to the mountain. So this is a steep ass run. He's putting in the work. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in once again. Have a good week until next Wednesday.